What's up, everybody? Oxida is back here with a little bit of rare air. This is the pre-worked out Oxy for the day. It's only 8:30 here. Am I a bit of a madman? Debatable. So today I got something a little bit more special for you. We're doing some money making guides. This is going to be, it's for new players, but not for like fresh off the boat new players, because money making when you're fresh off the boat is as simple as gathering or doing just straight up combat and like solo dungeon stuff like that until you get some more funds, so you get a little bit more fame into the game, and then you can move over to something like this that involves the red zone. But to me, this is still a very new player oriented guide because the entry fee for this is pretty low level. It requires low tier gear, like tier 4 gear, and to get to these places you don't need much else other than like a mount. Basically, it was probably for the safety. So with all that being said, let's get into it. All right, so the thing that we are talking about today is Arcane Essences. Arcane Essences are used to form and to make potions and upgrade potions and stuff like that. And there are multiple tiers you can get here. So tier 4 is at 1,000, tier 5 1,500, tier 6 14,000. It goes up there really quickly. Tier 7 at 75k a piece, and then tier 8 at 68k a piece. And it's kind of odd that this is switching up, but I think because once you get to tier 8, you don't really need too many more. I'm not too sure. I don't know much about potion making. I just know that this is some pretty bomb way of making some good money here. So you might be asking, all right, how do you get those? Oh, I'm glad you asked. So you press your map here, you go to the red zone, and in the red zone here, you'll see a couple of places. Here in Craig Gar, you'll see this little like blue triangle-ish type area, or in the large map, it's like I don't want to call it a temple, like a shrine with that symbol as well. You see it here, you'll see it in other places as well, in the red zone here, in the Kindlegrass Step, and then I think there's one more. Yeah, bow scale fell. Is there another one somewhere? And if there is, I'm not going for it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what you do over here in Krieg Gar once we get to that step. But you want to get here, and I'm about to show you the gear I recommend to use here, because you can go from anywhere from tier 4 baby gear up to like tier 8 gear if you wanted to. Tier 8 is gonna make you go a little bit quicker in this, but tier 4 works just as well. I should also mention there's a lot of factors that plays into this, how much money you can make within an hour. Anywhere from if there's other people farming here, which when this video gets made there might be more people farming there because they see this, or people farming there. If the area is really active with hostile individuals, you might want to be more cautious or maybe go to a new area. So stuff like that can really put a damper on how much money you can make within an hour. Also, I mean, it's based on mob drops, and they don't always drop they don't always drop the essences, and they don't always drop high tier essences especially. But I will say, all of that being said, I do make, but you know, between 600 to 800k an hour on what we do here. And again, that can fluctuate up to $1 million. It can be even as low as maybe 400 to 200,000, depending on how much you've had to run around or dodge other people, or if there are other people farming there as well. So let's get into the gear I recommend. So like I said, you can do tier 4 gear. This is the build I've been using, carving sword, because I mean, I use carving sword because I have a 100 in swords, but I think any weapon that gives you high damage and high mobility as well would work really well. The reason you want high damage is that you can clear faster. The reason you want high mobility is that if people start coming after you, you can run away with you can dodge ganks that way. So I built this around high damage and high mobility. Guardian helmet is for the health aspect of it. You don't really need a ton of survivability doing this against the mobs. I mean, it helps for sure. But I have Stalker Jacket again for the AoE damage, kind of killing the mobs a little bit quicker. I also have Demon Boots. This is huge, and I'm not even I can't stress this enough. This has saved me. This has saved my ass plenty of times when it comes to being ganked. You just throw on the Demon Boots, run away, mount up, and get the hell out of dodge, basically. Super good stuff. I use the Thetford Cape again for extra damage. None of this is required by any means. This is more of my recommendations. And then again, I was making 650k an hour using just tier 4 gear. The higher level gear you have, the quicker you'll be able to farm this kind of stuff. But it also might not matter, because if there's one other person at this place farming with you, it's still pretty good just to stay there and farm with that person, because the amount of mobs and ghosts, which are what drop the essences that are there, can kind of sustain 2 people. More than that, then you're getting kind of iffy. I like to bring stews. I go tier 8 stew because I can afford it, but any kind of stew works well because it boosts your damage. Again, boosting that damage output, making the mobs drop even quicker. Okay, if you want to use carving sword, I'm using heroic cleave, parrying strike, and then the E. And I have the invisibility potion again to dodge ganks. You are in the red zone. And then if you can afford it, I cannot stress this enough, I highly recommend the swift claw, because it will get you to the place quicker, and as well as to dodge ganks. A lot of the people who do ganking in red zones and just in ganking in general use swift claws, so you want to be able to either keep up or outrun them with the swift claw. You could also think about using an armored horse as well, or if you can't afford any of those, a normal horse will work. It's just, I feel like you are risking it a little bit more by using a normal riding horse. With all that being said, let's get over to the ghosts and let me show you how I would farm safely, as well as maybe even more quickly as well. Imagine making videos when your camera's on the right side of the screen and now you're on the left. This is made from the left side, gang. Okay, anyway, so we're here, like I told you, we're in Craig Gar. We're at this area here we are at this little part in the mini map, and you see these little ghosties. All right, so we're not going to call ghostbusters, we're going to take care of these ourselves. And there's 2 ways you can do about this. I would say there's a safe way, and then there's a more reckless but quicker way as well. So let me show you the safe way first. First and foremost, anytime you're in the red zone, when you're doing something non-PvP related, you always want to check for the hostile count. There's one person here, so I can be a little bit more careless, I would say. Nothing, now there's 2. So, I would still probably be a little hesitant, but I can be a little bit more careless. So if I wanted to be safe, I'm on my mount. When I get to an area I want, I can like aggro this one, and then demount. See, so the reason why this is slower is because you have to wait on your abilities to cool down, and then you can go to town on them. W, E, go ahead and just really knock them out here, and nice and easy. Okay, so we knock these guys out. Hopefully they drop what we're trying to drop here. Wow, they absolutely did not. Let's go to another one here. Here we can aggro these 3 together, even better. So right now there's nobody here. There are 6 hostiles, so I'm being extremely careful with what I'm doing here. They might not even been trying to gank me, but I don't know that. So I'm going to be staying next to my mount the entire time. All right, so they do drop it. They do drop pretty frequently. I'm getting a little unlucky right now, and they drop these essences. They drop from tier 4 to tier 8 essences consistently. So let's go one more time, see if these guys can give us a little bit of something for our troubles. Again, I honestly, like, if you can afford it, you can go higher in your tiers, your gear tier. LOL, it kind of rhymed. And then you have the D for the restore, and you can do this even quicker. All right, so this one's dropped. You can see now, so the tier 4s and tier 5s drop pretty regularly. Tier 6 is pretty common as well. Tier 7 is very rare, and tier 8 is even more rare. So all right, so now after we kill this one, I'm going to show you the little bit more reckless way is when, which I wouldn't do this now since, oh no, there's only 2 people here, so they're probably not even caring about this area here. But as you can see, this place isn't always empty, but right now I'm getting kind of lucky. So if I wanted to kind of speed clear this, I would just leave my mount away and then kind of just go on foot the entire time. The reason you want to do this for a little bit more speed clear is that you don't have to worry about your abilities go on cooldown every single time you demount. But of course, what you are worried about is obviously if someone's trying to come gank you, you have to run away far enough to get your mount back out, and that can become a very big issue. Now, so then this is it, and then you just sit here and you try to farm as quick as possible. You get as many as you can. It's really simple. You can also work on your combat fame. I wouldn't consider this a very effective method to just strictly work combat fame because it doesn't really give you a ton to work with here. But I mean, you can look at it on the bright side as like, yeah, I mean, I'm doing this and I'm getting some fame while doing it. So it's a win-win situation. And when you only have tier 4 gear on, you're not really too concerned with like let's say you get ganked, then maybe you lose a little bit of money, but it's not the end of the world with only wearing tier 4 gear. And then this is not even like using my stew. I'm really trying to show you how quick this is, because like, and hilariously enough, the one time I try to record this, of course they're not going to be dropping nowhere near as many as I've been getting in the past. But I do know there are a few people in the Discord who have also tried this, and they're like, yeah, this is pretty insane, because I was sharing the finding that I had. I'm sure this video, this isn't the first time this video has been put up onto YouTube. I know there's a few other people who've also done this video as well. So if you want another perspective, go check them out as well. Just search in Arcane Essences. But yeah, this is it, guys. It's super easy, super simple. What I recommend is if you get a couple of tier 8 or tier 7 drops, drop what you're doing and go put them out into the go back to the bank and deposit it. Because tier 7s, I mean, one tier 7 essence was 75k just from that single drop. So it's really important that you understand how much this stuff is worth and how much risk do you want to put into it right now, right? So right now I'm not getting a ton, but in the 5 minutes I've been doing this, I've gotten 7 of these and 4 of these. This is like almost 20k just in the 5 minutes, which is kind of low. But if I get one tier 7 drop, that's a 75k boost. So, and I'm probably going to get, and I usually get multiple of those within the first 30 minutes of me doing this. So try it out for yourself. Just watch the hostile count. It's a little high testosterone, but not the highest. Doing something like rat strats and the hellgates are probably the top tier testosterone type of way to make money. But I don't know how to do that effectively, so I'm not even going to try, honestly. So with that being said, good luck. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think, and I'll be here next time. If you like the video, please like it, comment on it, subscribe to it. Let me know what you think of this method. I mean, I'm sure there's better ways. Guaranteed there's better ways to make money. But as a newer player, not a brand new player, I feel like this is a fun way, a little bit something different than just gathering or doing solo dungeons that can make some pretty good bank pretty quickly. And with that being said, guys, I'm out here, and I'll see y'all next time.